Welcome to the Level Up Sports Talk Show. I am your host, John. I have my analyst for this evening, Mr. James. I have Wes, and I have CJ ready to get into some action. And it's been a minute since we last got on here with you guys. So we're going to have some fun with it as we wrap up pretty much the rest of this year's regular season games until we get into the playoffs for next year for the NFL. All right, question one for the night, gentlemen. After the Rams versus Seahawks game, who do you feel better about Sam Darnold as we get closer to the playoffs? I will start with James. I go to CJ and then I go to Wes.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a thumbs up on that. I think I do like Sam Darnold. Look, he's looking good because he's been struggling. We know that. The last few games, Seattle's been going for a lot of field goal. That's why that's why I chose Myers for my kicker this week. But he only got 2 points. That's only because they scored what three last touchdowns and all three 2-point conversions, which was pretty impressive against Rams defense that we know that's top notch. We know they're really good against the pass. They're really good against the run. But yeah, they were behind and they kept on working, and he made tough passes, and even the 2-point conversions, man. Just kind of watching the game and watch him, play with pause. Like even though like he was very, like he had two interceptions that game. You think
Hmm.
it's easy for you to be like, oh man, I'm just, messing up and whatever and get down on yourself. But, he kept with it. And that's tough, putting 38 points against the Rams defense like that, including three 2-point conversions to win the game. Yeah, I mean, he's looking good. Defense is solid. Defense is looking real good. And right now, he doesn't need to be great. He just needs to be a game manager, don't turn the ball over, and
Hmm.
keep hitting his key players.
All right, CJ, do you feel better about Sam Darnold? How you feel about him?
Man, I was gonna say no, but I'm gonna go. I'm gonna change. It's been the NFC is man has been riddled with just inconsistency out there for real. The Seahawks are a surprise. I was just going back through some of their games,
Hmm.
and really the Seahawks have they did what they needed to do. You know what I'm saying? Even though they may have some games they won by a point or two, in some
Hmm.
games they just clearly dominated. So for the most part, yeah, I could sit here and say, just looking at it now as their overall complete record, yeah, they're okay. Sam Darnold got those guys where they need to be. He's got them going strong, and this is what you need getting ready to go into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So uh, that get like the game against the Rams, like the Rams beat them the last time they played, and they beat them by two.
Yeah.
So, and now this time they beat the Rams by one in overtime. So it just goes to show that when it's your rival, it's gonna be real competitive. But Sam Darnold, as a season as a whole, he has been. I say he's been solid. I am not gonna lie. He has been solid, and he has them boys just playing real good. So
Yeah.
hey, I'm looking to see how far they can go in the playoffs.
All right, Wes, what do you say about it?
Yeah, just talking to Sam Darnold. Yeah, he's definitely been solid. He's been a good all around player this year. But I think a lot of it has to do with the scheme and the coaching staff and what they've done for him because they've really played on what he does best off of the play action. But I will say, we'll get into Seattle later. But a lot of that depends on the running game. It's been up and down.
Hmm. Hmm.
So when they have that running game going, they're just as good as anybody improving against the Rams. So that just has to stay. They got to keep that rolling. But yeah, I've been very pleased with him. It's been a lot better for him than it had been Gino. So I know the Seattle front office has got to be excited about that as well.
Oh yeah. I was just gonna add on to what you guys have already said. I feel a lot better about him. I mean, anytime a guy goes in a game and you were that close with that field goal kick they had against the Rams previous, when they were playing at the Rams, I mean, he had four interceptions and they were still in the game then. That's enough in itself because I mean, we know how it goes in playoffs, man. Turnovers is basically a game loser for you if you continue to just make turnovers over and over again in the playoffs. They just get multiplied and amplified in that moment. So him, even with the two interceptions he had in this last game on Thursday, um, that was up in in the third quarter. So then when the fourth quarter came, it was like after that last interception, he just flipped the switch and was hidden. I mean, hidden. And then they somehow, I think the one thing I've noticed with the Seahawks that make you feel a lot better about Sam Darnold is he doesn't have to play outside of himself. He has a defense. And one thing I noticed in that game, if you notice the first game, the Seahawks have an actual better special teams than most. You got Rashid Shaheed that came over from the Saints, and him having that punt return touchdown that he did. He's had one return back as well in another game previously, and so the special teams they just play better, I think, than what the Rams showed. Now maybe that's something they're gonna have to work on, which I did see in the news. The Rams did fire their special teams coordinator, so and they're still gonna have some more work to do with that. So I think that's the one thing I give them edge to. So I definitely feel a lot better about the Seahawks with Darnold.
Hey, also too, I want to go ahead and just give Sam Darnold some credit. I know we talk about the scheme and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
if you look at it, he was in Minnesota, and of course he left Minnesota. They had success, and I was like, yeah, it's within that scheme. And I said, if he goes to Seattle and he has
Mhm.
success, and Minnesota doesn't, it really shows that he's a good quarterback. He's not.
Right.
It's not just about scheme, right? So, but either way, both of those teams have really good defenses, and all he has to do is play well. He was on a really bad Jets team. Jets been bad forever, no matter what people they put in place, what quarterback they put in place. But right now, he's shown that he's a solid quarterback, and he was a top pick for a reason.
I agree. I'm pretty sure they're not going to be in that moment where they feel like they got to go outside and bring somebody else in next year. I think they
Hey,
can go ahead and extend him as much time as they need to. I think he knows how the offense is working. I think and we got to remember this is his first year in that offense, and he's still doing well. So I think Wes was about to say something. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying he's a Pro Bowler, and
Yeah.
he's young. So I
Yep.
mean, I think they have found someone definitely they can lock in, extend for the next 8 years.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
hey,
All right.
hey,
Let's go to this question number two for this
hey, hold on,
evening.
hold on.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey man, hey, yeah. I just saw this stat on Sam Darnold, bro. Hey, he's solid. He's leading in. Well, he ain't leading, but he's third in yards for this passing yards. But do you know he is leading the NFL in interceptions? 13
Oh wow.
with 13,
I thought
and
I was thinking
and
14 was but that's still a lot.
yeah, he's 32nd. He's 32nd. So yeah, and he's sitting up there. He's at the top. I mean, he's got passing yards. Yes, he got 24 touchdowns. But then when I compare
13
him to
interceptions.
like Matt Stafford's 40 touchdowns, 5 interceptions.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Golf
I mean, that's the
is
difference maker right there in itself.
yeah,
That's what I was saying earlier. It
Yeah,
really amplified when you have turnovers like that.
yeah. So that's why I'm saying, hey, if for his first year in that offense, cool. But he's got to bring that
You got to
interception.
bring it down. Yes, definitely.
Boy, he got to bring it down.
Yeah, remember too, he did have four in one game, and then he
Yeah, he
had
had four of
two.
them in that
He
one
had
game. Yeah.
two against a really good Rams defense. That's
Yeah.
six right there. So he had a couple bad games make it look terrible, but at the
Yep.
same time, they're 12-3.
Yes,
How
they
many
are.
W's? Yeah, that's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Yeah, he
Definitely
got the
W's.
W's. He do.
All right. So we'll leave it there for that one. But that was good. That's a good point, CJ. All right. So question number two for the night. And it's funny to say this to lead off with this. So after the Chiefs, Bengals, Colts recent losses, and what AFC team do you like more leading into the playoffs? I will start. Ended with Wes a while ago. So I start with you, Wes, and then I go to CJ and then James.
Well, out of all those you read, none of them. But
I got you.
I am feeling the Seahawks though, man. I want to jump on that bandwagon.
Now,
I'm feeling
now,
it.
I got you. Now, what AFC team though?
Uh,
What
if
AFC
any
team
of
do you
them,
like more?
if any of them, just the way the Ravens have been playing lately. But I say that not knowing what the score is.
Gotcha. Okay. So CJ, who do you have? What AFC team do you like more going and leading to the playoffs?
Honestly, for the AFC side, I would say the Patriots. Um, the Patriots have shown to have a decent and solid offense and defense all around. You know what I'm saying? And they're currently 11-2. They play the Ravens. They play the Ravens tonight. So they're so far they've been doing what they need to do. Drake May has played great. He's done for a rookie. He's done his job. He's done his job. He's great game manager, and he's making it so then that he's not the reason they lose. So right now going into it out of the AFC, how like you said, I don't even trust the Bills. The Bills are so suspect. The Bills make you think at one half they look like they dominant, and then next
Yep.
half you be like, is this even the same team?
Yeah. I totally agree. James, what do you say about it, man? What AFC team would you uh are you feeling a lot more about better about going into the playoffs?
Yeah, I was juggling between these two teams. Broncos is easy to say, oh yeah, the Broncos, but then I had to look at the Patriots, man, and I'm like, thinking they might just be, have the edge because I just feel a little bit, inconsistency, between like when you look at the Broncos, just a little bit. I know they're a great team at 12-2 and probably going to 12-3 right now. New England's 11-3 currently, but I think it's just a solid coaching. Defense is solid all around. They top defense in the league. They have a top offense in the league. I think they're like top six offense in the league overall when it comes to total yards. And then they're top one of the top five or six in passing as well. But either way, they look good on offense and defensively they're looking good. They're playing great defense. I think it's 19.7 points a game they're allowing, and they're top in run defense. I think run defense, if they might be top five, not in the top seven run defense. They just a really good team. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put them there because Denver's a little bit inconsistent offensively. All of they've been working to do better. They kind of disappoint me this game too. It looked like they were struggling to score towards the end there too. So I'll say New England Patriots.
All right. So me personally, and I mentioned that before we got on the show, I still like the Broncos. Um, they're one of those type teams where they're gonna go as far as Bo Nix goes. The one good thing in his corner is Sean Payton. And Sean Payton has to be the one to equalize him out when he's, playing sporadic or whatever the case is. Um, I think the main thing, if you get into the playoffs and with them, they do still have one of the better records. If they don't have, and this is one thing about it, if teams have to go to Denver to play, if the crowd's going to be loud, that's going to be in their favor. So that's good. They got that in their pocket for right now. Um, but when you have to travel somewhere, if they happen to lose in some of these last couple games, I don't know, that kind of changes a lot of things. But I'm going to still say the Broncos. I like the Broncos, and I'm only looking at them based off of one thing in the playoffs you need to have. Let that defense be able to travel wherever you go, and then get the crowd out of it. If they can continue to do that, I mean, and they're not, it wasn't ugly today. I mean, it's what 20 points. I think they're still playing right now. It's
Yeah,
34-20. So they scored 20 points, but
yeah.
I mean, I know Trevor Lawrence was already hot going into the game. He's just gotten hotter, so he's going to be something we have to
Mhm.
look at and talk about more so as the next couple of weeks go as we end out the season. But I will still say the Broncos. I'm pretty sure certain things they wish they had more chance on, but they'll talk about it after the game. But I like the Broncos going forward. Any rebuttals on that?
No, it's a good one.
I mean, yeah, the Broncos are
Just got to
solid,
go with my
man.
Ravens because I picked them at the beginning of the year.
Okay, I got you. You stick with the pick. All right, I like that. I like that. All right. Well, with my team, I think within the beginning of the year was the Texans. Texans offense just hadn't been their offense. I mean, it's defense great, but the offense, man. And this is, I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you one thing, and before we go to the next question. We were expecting to see Joe Mixon sometime this year, and not seeing him, I think that really hurt the offense. I mean, they've done as much as they could do with Marks and Chubb in the backfield, but I know they're missing that element that they normally would have with Joe Mixon. I think that changes everything for them offense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, bro. Hey, I'm gonna tell you too. Hey, my fault, West, but man, I think I'm with you too. I think I picked Baltimore at the beginning of, like, I don't know. I don't know, John. You might have our notes on what we picked at the very beginning of the season, but Baltimore, bro, a 7-7.
Mhm.
And they gotta win tonight.
Yeah, they
They
got to.
gotta win tonight. Like
Yeah.
like bro, they might not make it. They
Yeah.
might not make it. Pittsburgh is
One thing
Pittsburgh
I
at the
definitely know
top.
for sure, I don't think any one of us picked the Broncos,
Mm-mm.
especially
No.
not me. I
So,
think my team, either it was my team that I picked straight up. I picked the Green Bay Packers because I liked how we were looking. A
Yeah.
couple injuries now, torn ACL with Kraft, that really hurt us. But um, my sleeper team was the Texans. That was my only sleeper team, but that was because of the defense that I knew they was going to be bringing in. But
hmm
other than that, man, yeah, I
I
would
know.
have
I
never
know.
thought.
I think John, we both favored the Packers because I remember I
Yeah,
said now with bringing in Parsons, that defense is gonna look a whole
that was
lot
it.
better. I remember saying that. Yeah.
That was it. It was the Micah Parsons deal, and I mean, we know how he was playing before he had the injury, and he
Hmm.
was the one key thing that would have kept us in game, especially if somebody had to score and you had him on the field on the other side. Yeah, you got a chance because he can take you down in one blow, cause a strip sack, whatever, and But man, it was hard yesterday watching my Packers play the Bears and losing to them. Man, we hadn't lost to them in so long. But anyway,
that don't I say don't take that to heart because that was
yeah,
the last what 2 minutes of that was just those are those once in those moments that just come random,
yeah.
just real
Yeah.
stupid. Like
Random.
the
Yeah.
the the
And if
offside the offsides recovery, the score, like just
Yeah, we
random.
lost. I mean, let's get real. We lost Love early, man. So then
Yeah,
Josh Jacobs gets injured. So yeah.
Yeah. But y'all
yeah,
still
so,
had a chance. All you gotta do is
yeah.
secure that. He
Oh, and
took
we
his
still
eyes
we
off
still
the
got a chance
prize.
now. Let them recover. We
Yeah.
still got we're still set to get in the be in the playoffs. So that's the one
Hey,
thing we got.
what this year to me is showing is that, hey, if your backup quarterback ain't as good, you're not gonna
You're not
last.
going anywhere. Yeah.
Again, too
Mm-mm.
many teams have lost quarterbacks.
Oh yeah.
That's been the deciding factor.
Oh yeah. All right. So we're gonna go to it. Speaking of that, and teams having losing players. So the question number 3 is name a coach that you believe should receive consideration for Coach of the Year. CJ, I'll start with you. And then I go to James and then Wes.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I only had two coaches in mind.
Hmm.
That was the coach for the Chicago Bears,
Okay.
and then the coach for Mike Rabel for the Patriots. Now,
Okay.
cause now I'm looking at the Seahawks record and stuff like that too. I mean, so she got three in the running, but I would, if I had to give my nod, I would say probably more to Rabel because he's doing it with a rookie, straight up rookie, Drake May.
Well, he's
Even
not a
though
rookie. This is second year though, but he's still young. I
second,
will give him that.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. He doing with a young cat. He
Yeah,
doing with a young cat.
yeah.
So, but and that and you know with I wouldn't mind sitting here saying Chicago. Neither I wouldn't be wrong from with their turnaround and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Chicago is they're making it tough. Seattle, I don't know. And you know what I'm saying? Seattle's doing Seattle type things right now. uh this is Sean Payton. You should Sean Payton even get consideration because of what he did with Bo Nix up there in Denver.
Mhm.
Um, so if it was between two, if between two, Mike Rabel
Mike
and
Vrabel.
Sean Payton, but I'll probably go with Mike Vrabel for the most part.
Okay. Wesley, would you have consideration for?
Well, of course, it's Raheem Morris, right? No, 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 no. I agree with him. CJ, I believe that Vrabel and Ben Johnson have definitely have the upper edge, and I think if Vrabel wins tonight, that kind of solidifies it, regardless of what happens in Chicago. But I do like Vrabel and what he's doing and how he's turned turned the Patriots around. I'd like to give more credit to Ben Johnson too, because it's tough with him going the first year and what he had there. Um, but they have a lot more pieces that I feel like favorable pieces as opposed to what Vrabel has and when he took over. So I'm gonna give the edge to Vrabel.
All right. James, who would you give that to?
Yeah, that's my pick too. Mine's is Mike Vrabel for a different reason. I'm looking at him going from, if you look at these teams, Patriots was one of the worst teams in the league at 4-13, yeah.
Last
And
year,
now
yeah.
you flip the script, yeah, you flip the script to looking at 11-3. Possibly has a chance have a chance to be one seed. And you look at it once again, it's like that New England Patriots football, right? You're like, man, where's the talent at? Where's the great players at? Yeah, I think they picked up Stephon Diggs, who really hasn't been amazing or nothing like that.
Yep.
It's just having playing as a team, having a solid quarterback who's moving the ball around and who's smart with the ball.
Mhm.
So yeah, I definitely would say Mike Vrabel because he got that defense playing good. And yeah, Mike Vrabel it is.
I think we all have the same coach on that regard. Just because of like James put it, said it first, and I was gonna go to it, but yeah, it was 4-13, man, last year. They were, man, you only look to the Patriots maybe if you had Mahandre Stevenson for your fantasy football league. That was probably the only thing you were looking for at the Patriots for last year, and that was about it. This year, man, it's totally different, man. You got Stevenson there, you got Drake May, Stephon Diggs. You got Travion Henderson is kind of going off now. He's going to be a star player for him in the offense, I think, next year. A lot of unsung heroes on the defense. Gonzalez. We used to hear Judon's name. We don't hear that name anymore, but they're collectively, getting the job done. So on defense. So and they always have pretty much played a pretty solid special teams game. So what he did, I mean, and we knew what he was in Tennessee. I mean, he did take them to what a conference championship game when he was in Tennessee. So he's doing the same thing there. It's just the fact that things didn't work out well for him at the end of his career in Tennessee. But I don't see him leaving New England anytime soon. Um,
Mm.
Another thing I was going to say about that, Josh McDaniel, the offensive coordinator.
Mm.
Back to his old tricks. I mean, working well with Drake May, so he's got him as well. That's in. I think that was very smart with Vrabel going with him. Um, when he got there, when he landed there. But I definitely would say Vrabel. It should be hands down. I don't even think. We could, like we said, CJ said a couple other names we could probably have consideration for, but it's kind of hard to look past him, man. I mean, really, I really think they just when it's all said and done, it's going to go straight to him. I don't think it's going to be a second thought about it. All right. Fun question. We were just talking about these guys just a few minutes ago. And this question is for number four is who do you trust more as a young quarterback? Bo Nix, Drake May, or Caleb Williams? Wes, I'm gonna go to you, and then I'm work my way to James and then CJ.
Well, I feel better with Bo Nix and Sean Payton, just the pedigree and he's always been kind of the QB whisperer, if you will, and what he's done for several guys' careers. But I mean, I would say watching Drake May, it's been exciting. It's been fun to watch, and Williams at times, man. I mean, you got three amazing quarterbacks up there, in my opinion, but I'm giving the edge to Bo Nix and just what he's kind of been able to do and how solid he's been underneath the leadership of Peyton.
All right. CJ, who would you have in that? What young quarterback do you like more?
Bro, so I'm sitting here. I'm going through. I'm looking at Drake May. I'm to want to say Drake May, right? Most because he shows to be a little bit more poised and stuff like that. But with poise comes comes a downfall because he also got 43 sacks out here too. Good God. Bo Nix has been sacked 16 times, and then Caleb Williams been sacked 23 times. Now their numbers their numbers on touchdowns and interceptions are pretty much relatively close, but I do know. I guess the reason why I'm leaning more towards Drake May, even though he has all those sacks tells me that hey, he's gonna go down with the ball and not try to throw a bad interception. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His interceptions is kind of low. I think he only has like seven. So
Yeah.
it's so that means he's not going to try and put his team in a detriment. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's just going to go down with the ball. I wish these guys would take out the Aaron Rodgers and throw that ball away to save on getting sacked. But out of the young guns, I'm gonna go with Drake May. Caleb Williams. I mean he's exciting to watch, but man, he's the definition of just getting a W. I mean, cause bro, hey, it ain't been pretty. You know what I'm saying? It ain't been pretty. A little bit of luck, but hey, you know what I'm saying? It's the name of the game. It's football. So, but if I want to choose out of the three, I would go with Drake.
All right. James, who would you have?
Yeah, I'm looking at these three young stars. I mean, it's pretty much to me so far be 3 for 3 so far, but because you look at all their numbers, like CJ said, they're pretty much similar. Drake May 23-7. He's still got a game to play today, and Caleb 23-6, and Bo Nix 23-9. So all similar numbers.
Yep, they're
But
all
the
similar.
thing, yeah, but the thing for me, is what I'm looking at is that I'm not looking at those numbers because if you look at Bo Nix, with those numbers, your offense struggles. Why does your offense struggle? Is the offensive coach not putting you in a good position,
Hmm.
or is it hesitancy to make plays downfield because you don't want to hurt your team? You know what it is. What's going through your mind? And you have to take chances. If you notice, when he started taking chances when they needed to because they had to win the game, he performed. So you got to be consistent and believe and trust in yourself. So if you
Right.
can't trust in yourself, you don't expect me to trust in you. And Caleb Williams right now, he's actually playing pretty well. He's playing with confidence. If you watch him making plays, and it's like amazing. We was talking about how long he held the ball and all that stuff, but now, man, he's playing really well. But I'm going with Drake May because, like we talk about the poise. He's very poised in the pocket. He's making great decisions. And to go from a team to a losing team to a winning culture. Right now, I don't see no reason not to give Drake May the edge, and it's giving him an edge because these are great quarterbacks.
So, and I'm gonna start right where you just left off. Mine would be Drake May as well. And the one thing I would just notice, so two of these quarterbacks we see on our screen had different coaches last year, and they were losing. This year, you change the coach and change the coach up, and now you have both two people that are winning. Um, and Caleb, man, I mean, the one thing about Caleb that I can say, I think Bo Nix and he more so can use their legs, and Drake may can use his legs as well, but they're more, I would say, even from college days, if they have to and they got to get out of situation, they got the wheels to get out the situation. Um, Drake May is more of to me, he's more of a natural talent. Uh, I mean, at the quarterback position, like I'm looking at with him, his ball placements, where's the ball put at when he's throwing to his receivers, and I've seen some plays this year that was like, man, that's awesome. I mean, like he puts the ball where only his guy needs to get it, and the defensive player is not even close to it, or either is going to go out of bounds. That's what I look at from him. And like I said, the numbers won't necessarily, you know, sway a person to kind of decide between the three. But if you look at the gameplay and just how the quarterback position is played, I like him, and I like his attitude. He's not going to be all that fiery. He's not going to do a whole bunch of fist pumps and things of that nature. But I just like his style of play. He's going to quietly assassinate you out of the game. So that would be my take on him, on those guys. All of them are actually doing well this year. I will say that. All right. So last question for this evening. Since it is Christmas week, we're gonna go out with a little fun. And the Christmas question is, who would you gift the MVP award to? If you had to pick it and that's your gift you could give out, who would you gift that gift to? A couple of the guys that you might think of could be on your screen now, but if it's not up there, you give me a name. Who do you think the MVP award or gift should go to this year? Um, James, I'll go back to you first. Wes, you're next, and then CJ.
Hey man, I wish we asked that question last year if we could gift something, who would we gift it to? Because I tell you, last year I definitely would have gave the gift to my boy oh golly, I'm losing his name all of a sudden. Um
You just tell me this. What is he off? Is he a receiver or a running back?
Man, I'm talking about last year. I'm talking about Philadelphia Eagles running back. I don't know
Oh,
why his
okay.
name is
Okay. Saquon
jumping out
Barkley.
my head.
Saquon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Saquon.
I would have because Barkley deserved that MVP last year, and
He
I
did.
was
He
I
did.
was really upset that he didn't get it,
He
man,
did.
because that was
He
a
did.
phenomenal season for a running back, and it seemed like this award always go to a running back. If I had a chance, I was looking for Jonathan Taylor to say, man, he probably should get it, but he slowed down so much. If you look at his numbers, he was on pace to probably do
He was
what
on
Barkley
pace to
did,
probably
but
break
he
some
but
records.
he
Yeah.
slowed down a lot. Yeah. So with that being said, now it's not even a gift no more. It's deserving. So I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Matthew Stafford because over 4,000 yards passing already, 40 touchdown, 5 interception,
Oh
and this
man,
guy's in his 17th year, and you're balling like that.
that's crazy.
Go ahead.
Hey, I like that. Hey, who do you got on there, Wes?
Yeah, he said it, man. I've got Matthew Stafford. I got him, and I think Puka Nakua would be an honorable mention. A little tag
Okay.
action.
All right. CJ, who would you gift it to, man?
Hey, it's no question. It's Matt Stafford right there, bro. They like James was talking about, man. It's like now Drake May, yeah, he gets his considerable mention because of his second year and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But bro, you got a quarterback he's already thrown for 40 touchdowns, right? 40 touchdowns already.
Mm-hmm.
I think the closest one behind him got 29
That's crazy.
touchdowns. That I'm trying to tell you, like it is crazy how dominant Stafford is doing, and then on top of that, 40 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions. Man, and he's the only quarterback right now above 4,000. Man, come on. So, like I said, if it's a running back that did some good, cool. If there was a receiver out there that did some good, you know what I'm saying, I'll talk it up. But man, hey, Stafford is really dominating like that.
Yeah, I think if things would have been a little different, we might would have had some other candidates in there. But before I go to me, let me get West. I think you already said maybe what yours is. You said Stafford as well, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so everybody I think got Stafford on there, man. But I will say this, as we said before, Jonathan Taylor, man, if had
Yeah,
uh, Daniels, I think Daniels
yeah,
not went down.
yeah. If Jones wouldn't have went down, it
Yeah,
would have been much different.
yeah, Daniel Jones. Sorry, if he would have went down, that'd have been a different story. I think John Taylor would have definitely would
Yeah,
have been in consideration. But after they lose him, and I'm talking about, I think right before he got injured, they were starting to lose anyway. I think they had a couple of losing games anyway. But
Yes,
now I
they.
think they've lost
yeah.
what, is it 5 in a row?
I think it was three. They lost. I think 3 of 5. It started a skid of 3 of 5, something like that, and then.
Yeah,
But yeah, they're
yeah.
they're trending downward right now.
I mean, even right now, I mean he's doing okay. He's averaging 5.3 yards a carry, and he's got
Yeah.
1,443 yards. But I think he was on pace to break 2,000, but not anymore.
But now it's on him.
Yeah, it really is on
Now it's
him now.
all on him.
Yeah, it's all on him. And plus, and we didn't mention that, but yeah, he's got a grandpa in the backfield. He's still throwing the ball, Mr. Phillip Rivers. But I give him his props. Phillip Rivers did do
44-year-old
well last week.
grandpa.
Yeah, I give Phillip Rivers his props. I think he did a lot better than what most people thought he was going to do.
For sure.
Coming back in the NFL game after 5 years, that was awesome. But yeah, no question. I think the gift would be to Matthew Stafford for this MVP. All right, so that'll do it for this show. This is the last show we will have actually in 2025. So just want to go ahead and tell you guys, and as well as any viewers out there, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all of you guys that watch and continue with us. And we'll be back in 2026 with the next level of Sports Talk Show. Y'all have a blessed week, man. Merry Christmas, y'all.
Merry
All
Christmas.
right.
Merry Christmas.